I'm Dustin Harder, and this is the Vegan Roadie. I've always been a big fan of Asheville, North Carolina. There's always something unexpected around every bend. And without question, I find myself immersed in the unmistakable mountain vibe time and time again. I love Asheville, and though it wasn't initially on the list to film this season, after requests kept pouring in, I simply couldn't resist. With staples like Rosetta's Kitchen and Laughing Seed, and one-of-a-kind dining experiences like the incomparable Plant, you better believe I'm ready to share all this town has to offer with you. Stick with me. If it's your first time exploring Asheville, you might be surprised. I'm the Vegan Roadie, and I have one mission: to keep it vegan while on the go. Rosetta's Kitchen exists to nourish, and it's been doing just that since its doors opened in 2002. Dedicated to offering creative, flavorful whole foods made fresh daily. With a focus on local seasonal selections, Rosetta's is always at the top of my list on every visit to Asheville. I love Rosetta's Kitchen. Everything here, the food is delicious. It's so outstanding, but what I also love is the atmosphere. I always feel it's so welcoming and inclusive every time I come in. Can you tell me more about it and your mission, what you offer here at Rosetta's?
We try really hard to be inclusive.
Oh, it feels that way.
That's what we are about, is being here for everyone. And making a safe space for everyone. We also have an everyone eats policy, so we feed everyone that comes in our doors as well. It's done on a sliding scale basis, so you can either pay between $2 and $6, anything you've got, and we give away hundreds of meals a month that way.
Speaking of the food, one of my favorite things here is the tempolo wings. 3 hand-breaded fried strips of locally sourced smiling hara tempeh in a spicy sauce. Served with organic carrot and celery sticks and a side of house-made vegan ranch. Crispy on the outside, tender in the middle, with just the right amount of heat. Vegans love their Buddha bowls, and Rosetta's version is packed with greens, long grain rice, sea veggie salad, tomatoes, avocado, and grilled organic smoky tofu, topped with a sweet and tangy tahini barbecue sauce. If you could pick one item, if you had someone come in and they had to try one thing off this menu, what would it be? Tell us about it.
I send them and tell them to get the family favorite.
What's the family favorite?
Well, it's my family's favorite. It's mashed potatoes and a nutritionally yeast-based gravy, and it comes with sauteed kale and peanut butter baked tofu.
This menu has something for everyone, and you don't want to walk out these doors without trying some favorites of the regulars. Like the smoky tofu wrap with strips of tofu, sauteed red onions, romaine lettuce, fresh cilantro, and vegenaise wrapped in a warm, whole wheat tortilla. You've also got a buchi bar. That's a kombucha bar, y'all. Right? So tell us about this. It's local kombucha.
Yep, and as far as I know, we were the first kombucha bar on the East Coast.
Fantastic.
Yay. Buchi is a local Asheville company that we've always been close friends and partners with.
Okay, all right, so you've got kombucha by Buchi, I've got fire, you've got water. Cheers to you. Rosetta's has been dialing it in on the veg scene for over a decade, but paving the way in Asheville was the Laughing Seed Cafe, opened by Joan and Joe Eckert in 1991. It started as a small lunch counter at the YMCA, and in 1993, they moved to their current location on Asheville's historic Wall Street. Laughing Seed was among one of the very first businesses to spearhead the Renaissance in the downtown area of this gorgeous city in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
They have the most incredible food, and it's beautiful, the tastes are on point, and it just feels refreshing.
What I love about Laughing Seed is that as a meat eater, I can still come here and find a ton of dishes that fully satisfy me. You know, they do good portions here.
I'm a big fan that I can get a hot, comforting meal while I'm here, or one of their creative raw dishes like the spinach pesto manicotti, featuring zucchini noodles stuffed with sunflower seeds, spinach pesto ricotta, served over a bed of sun-dried tomato marinara with house-marinated olives. Big on my list of must-haves at the Laughing Seed is the South by Southwest burrito, with perfectly spiced tofu, chipotle barbecue, brown rice, sauteed peppers, and onions. Topped with chipotle barbecue and Daya cheese, this burrito's a regular flavor factory. But what about some familiar taste and texture, all-American style? Try the Sloppy Joe. With barbecue tofu, southern slaw, lettuce, and tahini mustard on a house-made bun, all-American for the win. With a menu that includes vegan, raw, and gluten-free options, there is truly something for everyone at Laughing Seed. Tasty, local, twisted. You can count on Vortex Donuts to deliver high-quality, wholesome ingredients made from scratch daily. Hand-cut, fried, and topped to bring you creative, unexpected flavor combinations. Unique donuts like blueberry basil or cream-filled peach basil keep guests coming back again and again. But not to be dismissed are some classic flavors, like cinnamon sugar. Add a swirl to make it the Vortex signature, espresso donut, or the apple fritter with caramel. The options at Vortex are endless, and they're always coming up with something fun and different, making them uniquely Asheville. And just around the corner is French Broad Chocolates. What started from two crazy kids falling in love has now blossomed into an Asheville treasure, French Broad Chocolates. With a chocolate lounge, factory, and boutique, Dan and Jael Radigan keep things busy, one chocolate at a time. The story here is pretty fascinating and one heck of a good read. See for yourself. Head on over to FrenchBroadChocolates.com to get all of the details. I'm here with Dan and Jael Radigan in the house that chocolate built. Tell us about the Vegan Buddha collection. What are the chocolates that we can get here for the vegans at French Broad Chocolate?
Well, first of all, you can eat many of our chocolate bars.
Yes.
Like you mentioned, it's not intuitive, but most chocolate is vegan. Unless milk is added to it, cacao and sugar are the basic ingredients. The Buddha, plain and simple, is pure dark chocolate and coconut. The Thai truffle is the same coconut cream base, but we infuse the coconut cream with lime, ginger, lemongrass, and green chili pepper.
The strawberry balsamic is made with local strawberries, and then we roll the truffle in cacao nibs, which adds a bitter element to kind of balance out the flavor. The chocolate caramel. We, after a couple years of making vegan truffles, decided that vegans deserve to have a caramel. It's really pretty rare.
So the cachata truffle with coconut cream, toasted peanut and coconut brittle, crushed and wrapped around the outside.
The last one we call our Theros orange and fennel. So we pair that with a little bit of orange and some candied fennel for our last vegan truffle, which is made not with coconut cream, but with strictly dark chocolate and olive oil.
And I have to tell you, this makes fantastic gifts. It's available online, right?
Definitely.
So please, 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 for the vegan in your life and non-vegan, if that's your fancy, go to FrenchBroadChocolates.com and order yours today. Looking to satisfy my sweet tooth but keep my game up on the health angle, I tackled Nectar. Offering all vegan and gluten-free meals, juices, and nut milks, Nectar is my kind of place. But like I said, I want to keep it sweet but with a healthy flair. So maybe I'll grab one of their chia porridges topped with seasonal fruits and fresh nuts, or maybe I'll get one of their locally made raw sweet treats by Tiger Lily Sweets.
I love Nectar first and foremost because of the food. I mean, it's just out of this world spectacular. I've had a lot of vegan food over the past 8 years, and you just can't go wrong.
I'm a huge fan of their pizzas, served on a raw crust or baked gluten-free crust, with your choice of their savory pizza pesto or the zesty pizza marinara. You can even create your own, choosing your own toppings. You offer so many things for everyone, like something for everybody. You've got the juices, you've got the pizzas, you've got the nachos, you've got the bowls, like so much wonderful, tasty food. What is it you want to offer the community as a whole?
Well, the whole idea for being here is to offer the community a place where they can come and get anything they need as far as diet restrictions. So we're gluten-free, we're vegan, we're organic. We'll accommodate pretty much anything anybody needs. And so we're here as a community spot to support this community being healthy.
Keep it green and clean with one of their superfood bowls, like the teriyaki bowl. Spiraled zucchini and carrot noodles, shiitake mushrooms, celery, cashew cream, and tamari.
I love Nectar for many reasons. One, being amazing food. Two, being a sustainable food source. And three, I love the people.
What I really love and like about Nectar essentially is that health conscious intention and motivation put into the foods and the simplicity, really.
Or one of their signature sandwiches, like the garbanzo tuna sandwich. Vegan homage to classic tuna salad made with garbanzos, dulse, and soy-free vegan mayonnaise, served with lettuce and tomato. Nothing takes you back like a good old not-so-tuna garbanzo tuna sandwich.
You know, I was a meat eater for my whole life. I've been vegan for, as I said, 8 years. So having that consistency and that thickness and richness and all of that is still really important to me. And they knock it out of the park here.
True to the South, in plant-based, gluten-free fashion, you don't want to pass up their Southern comfort plate with mac and cheese, chili, and collard greens. No matter what your pleasure, keeping it clean with a cold-pressed juice or grabbing some superfoods with a tasty bowl and beyond, Nectar has you covered. Check out nectaravl.com to see what goodies they have in store. Speaking of something for everyone, you cannot come to Asheville without popping into Green Sage Cafe for a meal.
I love Green Sage because of the attention to detail they put into all their plates. And you know, whether it's vegan or non-vegan.
I love Green Sage so much because they have so many options that pleases everybody.
With several locations to choose from, you can't go wrong with a diverse menu suited for even the pickiest of eaters. I start my day off right at Green Sage every time with the Woodstock plate full of tofu scramble, root hash, vegan biscuit, and delicious house-made strawberry jam. This hearty plate hits the spot every time. Now, if you haven't noticed, vegans are crazy for their bowls, and there's no exception when it comes to breakfast. They start things out right here with the Huckleberry Bowl, made up of chia pudding, pumpkin seeds, raisins, dried cranberries, topped with house-made granola, blueberries, and fresh bananas.
I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and every time I come up here, I have to come to Green Sage and get my breakfast. This is my #1 spot to go to have breakfast.
I personally like, and this surprised me, is the Bean Mountain Barbecue Burger, because I'm not a vegan, but my friend convinced me to have it, and now I come to any of their locations here in Asheville, and that's exactly what I'm getting every time.
With local barbecue smiling hara tempeh, topped with kale and coleslaw, served with house-made sweet potato chips. All right, so of course I brought Drew out from behind the camera because this is probably one of my favorite sandwiches in Asheville, and I want you to give it a shot.
Me?
Yes, you, the non-vegan, giving it a go.
Pick it up and do it?
Pick it up and do it.
Yeah, that was delicious. One thing that I've really learned on this journey is how much I love tempeh and how versatile it really is. I would totally eat this for lunch, dinner. I mean, I'm eating it for breakfast right now even, so it's excellent.
Hits the spot, right?
Yeah.
Visit greensagecafe.com to find out what hits your spot. There is so much to cover in Asheville, I couldn't possibly get it all in one episode. Without further delay, I give you Plant. Building its foundation on ethics, Plant offers flavor-sophisticated, scratch-made food daily, with each dish having a multicultural influence of the best vegetables, spices, and techniques. At Plant, you will find a warm and welcoming atmosphere with friendly and knowledgeable service. I'm here with Jason Sellers at Plant. I'm so excited to be here. Now, everything's delicious. Everyone around the country talks about Plant all the time, and they always ask me, are you going? Are you going? Yes, I've been, and I'm here, and I love it. What's the philosophy behind Plant?
The philosophy behind Plant is make food that we want to eat and make it the best we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Simple,
That's it.
straightforward,
That's it.
food you want to eat best you can. And let's talk about some of the dishes. I love there's an appetizer on there, some beets. Some people like beets, some people don't. Tell us about the beet dish.
We grill beets here.
Okay.
Yeah, we were all tired of having beets that were chilled or at room temperature, and then tired of hearing people say how they don't like beets. So I thought we need smoke, fire, beets.
So when the beet dish is all finished, what do we have?
We have beets with horseradish mayo that's made with fresh horseradish, so it's not really aggressive. You know, it's not prepared. And then we finish that with some diner-style crispy onions,
right.
a little bit of microgreens, make it look pretty, dress it in balsamic and some herbs.
An absolute must is the Plant cheese plate with aged cashew, farmer's involtini, rosemary and amber fruit, black garlic oil, pickled vegetables, and focaccia. When I'm eating and there's something that I truly love, there's one surefire sign that I'm like, just can't get enough of it. And I've had that experience only a handful of times, and at Plant was one of them. It's with the Applewood smoked Porterhouse.
Porterhouse?
Yeah. I tell you, what my sign is like, if I take a bite and then I have to put my fork down and actually just take the moment in, and that happened with this dish.
Good.
It's so good. So
That's
how do you make it?
So we smoke them over applewood. And sometimes we throw some hickory and some cherry and sometimes even some peach in there. Smoke them, then we bake them to finish, then we marinate them, and then we grill them to order.
I look forward to this dish every time I'm in Asheville. Smoky, juicy, bursting with flavor, everything you'd want in a steak. At Plant, dessert is not forgotten. Get the Blondie with Blondie chocolate chip ice cream, strawberry compote, candied pecans, and caramel for a culinary finish you won't forget. So there you have it, built on taste with a classic style all its own, Plant delivers the main event time and time again. Be sure to visit plantisfood.com to make a reservation for your next visit to Asheville. This 5-ingredient challenge is for them kids. Have you ever been out on vacation and it's supposed to be fun in the sun and then all of a sudden it's all rain and you're stranded in your hotel room with your kids and nothing to do? This 5-ingredient challenge makes a great activity and also helps with meal prep. Your 5 ingredients are ripe bananas, nut butter of choice, I went with peanut butter, fresh fruit of choice, I chose blueberries that I picked up fresh at one of the Asheville farmers markets, raw nut of choice, chopped or crushed, and pomegranate seeds. We are going to make BANUSHI. That's right, it's a combination banana and sushi. So roll your sleeves up and get the whole family involved. This is a quick and easy snack that's fun for all ages. Grind those nuts up in your NutriBullet. If you don't have one, you can always purchase a form of crushed nuts or get some small seeds. Unpeel your banana. The actual way to peel a banana is to peel it from the end you're not used to peeling it from. Pinch the end without the stem and it pops open, making it incredibly easy to peel. You'll see. Place on a clean surface. Create a layer on top of your banana with your nut butter. You want to create a nice and even layer that resembles the top of a sushi roll. Sprinkle with pomegranate seeds. These give a great pop of color. Place your fresh fruit on top and finish it off by sprinkling your crushed nuts or seeds. Cut your banana in 1-inch slices to create a sushi roll. BANUSHI! It's a thing. A delicious thing. Now, be sure to pick flavors that speak to you, whatever fresh berries, nuts, or seeds that you want. Be the kitchen warrior no matter where you go. And be sure to put your creation up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and tag me at The Vegan Roadie. Killed it! Asheville, you sweet thing. Thanks for welcoming me again and again with open arms. I hate to run, but the nation's capital awaits. Join me next week in Washington, D.C. for some tasty eats. Keep on cooking, and remember, it's nice to be nice.